honey. Welcome to the Luz Lemire channel. Welcome to your daily guidance. Today is January. I almost said July, girl. January 23rd, right? Okay. May I please have the guidance for today, January 23rd, please? 2019. Especially for those who are watching, for our highest good. For their highest good. Guidance, please. Thank you. Come through. Oh, oink oink. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. My back hurts. Pig Spirit says use your mind wisely. What are you using your mind for? Usa tu cabeza. Dame tu cosita. I don't know what that means. I feel like Pig Spirit is so fucking cute that it needs like a nice little light. You know what I mean? Like, look how cute that is. Aw, such a cutie. Let's get into it. Dame tu cosita. Dame tu cosita. I don't know what that song means. What am I saying? Pig Spirit. Where are you at, honey? Use your mind wisely. Usa tu cabeza. Pig Spirit appears to remind you of the right use of intelligence. A gift we all have that is meant to be used with love, compassion, and discernment. Intelligence means recognizing the value of intuition, partnered with smarts and common sense, which leads to intelligent solutions. I may have a message for somebody who's watching. Sometimes in the spiritual community and New Age and blah blah blah, there's always the talk of love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness. But sometimes I want you to think about this, lest you doormat it up, because you are very, very susceptible to being a doormat with those kinds of words and cliches if you don't have certain aspects. So I'll tell you this. When it comes to dealing with people who you have to constantly forgive or be kind to or be compassionate with, and you have to constantly remind yourself that, I want you to also think about yourself. I want you to think about whether you being kind to them is you being kind to you. I want you to think about whether you being compassionate to them is you being compassionate to yourself. I want you to consider if you being forgiving constantly to them, if you've been half as forgiving to yourself. If you've been giving them chance after chance, if you have given yourself the same chance. Okay? I was reading that and like that was in my head, so I don't even know what I just read, but we'll keep it moving. When Pig Spirit appears, you are called to respect your analytical mind and use it for the highest good. And don't forget, you're also included in the highest good. Recognizing that all facts must be considered even when they do not fit with what you already know. Spirit blesses us with wisdom when we allow Pig Spirit to nudge us into open-minded, thoughtful dialogues. Whether with others or internally, as we mull over our ideas and what we have come to understand. You are intelligent and capable of clear-minded thinking, shaped by the wisdom you have accumulated and the intuition that will tell you when you have more learning to do because not all facts are in. Now is the time that your decision making powers are reliable. For you are in alignment with pig spirit, its keen intelligence. God. You are in alignment with pig spirit's keen intelligence. Today, basically what I keep hearing is use common sense. Use your judgment. Be wise. Make sound decisions. Not just for you, but for all those involved. Not just for everyone, but for you as well. What would you like and what will get you there, truly? If what you've done in the past hasn't worked, try something different. It could be an attitude that needs to be different. It could be an entirely different tactic that could be different. So pig spirit is a very new message. This doesn't talk about intuition. It doesn't talk about mystery. It doesn't talk about being present. It doesn't talk about leaving or staying or coming or going or any of those normal type messages that you typically get. This one is basically saying, like, use your head, be smart, use common sense, not relying on, oh, but, no, use common sense, if this, then that. It's almost like I'm reminded of like a twin flamey connection where there seems to be an abundance of forgiveness for the other party, but not enough grace for self. And in those relationships, there's a lot of, because of the category that this relationship fits in, you can't treat it like other relationships, right? So if you're being ding-dong ditched, if you're being slandered, or even if you just I'm gonna use that I'm gonna use that one because that's the one I'm familiar with, right? There's a whole bunch of other relationships where you have friendships or whatever, where today it kind of is like, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, sounds like a duck, then it's a duck. If there is such a thing as someone not to say, like, I suppose treat it as that, like, if we're taking this romantic, if someone is not that into you, then they're not that into you. Take those signals as that and do what you will using your intelligent mind, using your brain, not what you've heard about said connection, not what you no, like, if this then that. But in that same token, if someone says they're too busy, maybe hear that out as well. Consider that. If a job says, no, we didn't hire you, or no, you're not getting the promotion, or yes, you are getting the promotion, or I miss you, or whatever, like, it's almost like, I want to say it's almost like taking things at face value, but when I say face value, what I'm trying to say is look at the general consensus of face value and, I suppose, trust that today. Because if the general consensus of you getting a promotion and you feel some type of way about it, you think, oh, they're feeling sorry for me, or oh, they're only doing this because this, that, and the other, but like, those things don't have as much credence, then just, like, it's almost like accept the job, because take it for what it is, not what you might be telling yourself it is. So it's, if you got a promotion or if something happened to someone, let's say one of your friends gets fired, and this is going off the tracks. Let's say one of your friends, I'm trying to get like the essence of what I'm trying to say. Let's say one of your friends gets fired, and they say, oh, they said that I didn't do this, that, and the third. And they say, but I really think it's because the manager didn't like me and they've been waiting to fire me. Today, it's because they didn't do the things that they didn't do. That's what I mean. Like, use your head. If you know, like, use common sense. Like, if you know your friend would talk about, oh yeah, I accidentally didn't do this or I didn't do that in the past conversations that you've talked with them with, then you know that, nah, buddy, like, maybe the manager didn't like you. That could be valid, but at the same time, like, I think they fired you because you literally weren't pulling your weight in the company or whatever. I went to a store to sell some clothing, and it didn't feel like they looked at my clothing. It didn't feel like they even gave them the time of day to look through. I had clothes in there that had tags on them, so they were brand new. And when he gave me back the bag, he was like, I'm sorry, we didn't take your clothes because there's wear and tear. And we just, sorry, bye. And I was like, okay, bye. I left, and I'm just like, that was really weird. Now, I do believe that there is some funny business going on with that store. Um, in my heart, okay, I do believe there was certain biases based off of unfortunate things, but I looked up the reviews online, and there were a ton of other people who also didn't get their clothes taken. And it was in me looking those reviews up and seeing that this store really does have a super strict policy in a way over what they will and won't accept. And it seemed like it was pretty diverse who they weren't accepting clothes from. I still believe that there was something funny going on with them, but it seems like at least their argument held some sort of value. So I guess I'd say in that vein, use your head today. If you're getting half truths, or if you're getting facts that back something up, those facts may be true. Don't throw them entirely away as something that isn't valid. Okay? Pig Spirit appears to remind you of the right use of intelligence, a gift we all have that is meant to be used with love, compassion, and discernment. Intelligence means recognizing the value of intuition partnered with smarts and common sense, which leads to intelligent solutions. So if you're going to go about solving some sort of problems today, or solving some sort of something, or getting yourself to the next level in whatever it is that you're doing, use both your intuition and smarts. To me, this applies in a way that my spiritual mentor told me. She said, Luce, you get a lot of downloads all at once. You get the full story at once, or at least a really large chunk of a story at once. And I will typically want to go ahead and act on it. That's me following my intuition, right? However, knowing that I get full downloads all at once, it would be valuable for me to say, okay, how can I do this? Am I in a position to do that right now? When would I need to, I would need to add some sort of, I suppose, intellectual backing and common sense to mitigate the fact that my guidance is like, my guidance is basically saying, my higher self is basically transmuting to me that, hey, there's something coming up and you're going to have to do it, and start getting ready for it now. It doesn't mean do it now. It just means open yourself up to the possibility of you doing something in this vein. So today, if you are someone who uses your intuition XYZ, also use the practical skills that you have. So if you're going to be snooping on somebody, yeah, listen to your intuition, and I guess, I'm not telling you to snoop, but if you were to do something intelligently to back up your intuition, then that may be a thing that someone might do, for instance. If you were to do some research on something, today would be a good day to go ahead and open that application and see what the research is. If you were waiting for an offer from somebody and they haven't gotten it yet, it might be worth for you to reach out and say, hey, did you receive that last email? Is there any information that you needed? Because there may have been an actual miscommunication. So basically today, use your head, your common sense, and coupled with your intuition, so you're a tag team of getting shit done. Okay? Keep your light on, and good luck.